Hello everybody, welcome to a new video, and today we are going to be looking at the trophies and platinums I earned in November. Now, I haven't done this in recent times, or I haven't done this at all, because in the last year or so, I have not platinumed pretty much anything. I've platinumed like 5 games. And the reason for that is that every platinum I've just so happened to end up going for has been like a solid 200-hour plus platinum. All of them have been brutal, unforgiving, long grinds. And basically up until maybe halfway through November, maybe even a bit before that, I was currently platinuming the finals, which getting close to. I wouldn't say very close because the grind is still very well there. Yeah, I'm at, I think, 74% on the 50 million banked trophy, and that's all I need left. But that trophy alone is absurd and will take a long time to get. Especially since now I have basically fallen off with the game after about 200 hours of playing that shit. I am a bit fucking drained from playing it, so I'm gonna give it a break. I paid for the premium subscription for PS Plus because it was 30% off, so it was like 18 bucks for the next 150 days. So I was like, you know what, let's go for it. Let's play everything in the premium subscription I can for the next 150 days, and let's have some fun and platinum what I can from there. And so far, I've platinumed, I think, one game in, I want to say, about a week, but I'm getting very close to another, and then I'll be close to another one after that, and we'll just start rolling them in. But I just played some different games, I'd say, in November compared to normal. It was a lot more games, a lot more variety, and a lot less of just the finals. So starting off on November 1st, you can tell all right here, I got a ton of trophies for Alan Wake 2. It was basically my leftover game from my October games where I only played horror games, and I was still in the middle of beating this, and I wasn't done it yet, but I wasn't gonna like drop it or some shit, so we just played it a bit into November, and this game has a lot of fucking trophies. You can see here, I was decently far into this game, but it was 60%. Oh shit. It was 60% on some of these trophies, so it's like, a lot of these, you wouldn't expect them to be so high, but with it being such a basic thing and all of them being fairly easy, yeah, you like a lot of people tend to have this. But yeah, just scrolling up, we got a bunch more. Just Alan Wake 2 trophies. I really did enjoy this game. It was a really good time. It was very trippy, but it was a great time. And right on November 2nd, I get the complete Alan Wake 2 trophy, which is a 59% trophy. That is insane. Not something you see often is when almost 60% of players have beaten the game. This is a fucking amazing game, man, and that shows right there that 60% of people pretty much stuck through it. Stuck through it. Through 17,000 owners. Yeah, that's crazy. It was a great game, though. Right after that, I moved on to Black Ops 6 the night of, actually. So, I basically just got Alan Wake 2 out of the way at 1:20 a.m., and then right after that, like 40 minutes later, pretty much probably right once the game finished installing, I jumped right into Black Ops 6 and started playing the campaign. I was honestly really close to beating this in one sitting. You can see right here, I'm playing it still at 4 a.m. It's one of the longest campaigns we've seen in a while from Call of Duty, but it's still not that crazy. I played it all the way until 6:30 a.m. Yeah, I played this game for 4 hours. I was having a great time, man. Black Ops 6 campaign, I am impressed. I am impressed with what they put together here. Same with Cold War, man. That campaign was amazing. This campaign is probably, without a doubt, at this point, better. This campaign was fucking phenomenal. It was so good. I had a great time. But we did not get the platinum for this, nor did we. This doesn't have a platinum unless you play the PS4 version, which is fucking ridiculous. But Alan Wake 2, I did not get the platinum for either this month. That is going to be a future project. But Midnight Fight Express, as you can see, we're getting kill 4,000 enemies here, kill 50 enemies using gun finishers. I was working towards my platinum on this. I was so confused there for a moment because this is 6:30 a.m. It's 3:18 instead of the same date, but that makes sense. So basically, whenever I pretty much woke up, I started working on Midnight Fight Express, and then later on that night at 2 a.m., I end up finishing. Not at 2 a.m. I'm playing the game again. Okay, no. So when did we beat the game? Oh my god. Is Checkmate the final mission? I don't think so. Jesus, man. I grinded this shit out of this game. So I just hopped on for Midnight Fight Express for a bit. Probably actually for a while. This game had some brutal trophies. And you'll see them come up probably on page 4. So through the 3rd of November, it's honestly just a huge bulk of trophies we've gotten so far. No platinums 3 days into the month. Just enjoying some of the Black Ops 6 campaign, some of the multiplayer I'm going to enjoy too, and then Alan Wake 2 as well. And then coming down to here, we do complete the campaign at 4 a.m. So yeah, I gave that game a solid like 8 hours. Probably longer than that actually. Played from 2 to 6, yep, no, like about 8 hours. I probably gave this game about 8 hours total to beat the campaign. Not bad, man. Considering the last game was, what, fucking 3-4 hours long. As you can see here, I am starting to grind Midnight Fight Express again, getting S rating on 20 levels. This shit was tough, man. This shit was tough. Stick 50 sharp weapons, simple enough. Slice 75 enemies, escape from grapples 50 times. 9 a.m., 8:20, 7:57, 7:42. What am I doing up at that time? I'm actually really curious about this. I really wonder if I grinded from 4 to 7:40. Holy shit, I hope not. Considering my next trophy wasn't until 9 p.m., you know what, that might be the case. So yeah, we end up getting a mastery badge with any weapon, so I was enjoying the multiplayer. Then I'm right back into Midnight Fight Express, shoot 500 enemies, kill 75 enemies using explosives, damage 100 enemies using a rope, all within like 20 minutes. And then I moved on to Jedi Survivors. So Black Ops 6 was pretty much done. That was my campaign game. I haven't played much of the multiplayer since Or the Zombies. I kind of just really enjoyed the campaign. I probably will play the multiplayer really whenever I want, but right now, not really in the mood for that. But moving on to my next game, it ended up being Jedi Survivor. So I was playing through this game and probably played it for a good little bit. Yeah, like 2 hours. Interestingly enough, I don't know what's up with my time being like playing at like 3 or 4 a.m. on these games. I didn't think I stayed up this late. Almost 4 a.m. I was playing. I did not think I did this shit, but apparently I did. Jedi Survivor was amazing. My god, this game was so good. I was so worried that it wasn't going to live up to Fallen Order. No, it did. My biggest problem is somehow they made the map exploration worse. I think the maps are just too much. It's a fucking convoluted mess. I am overwhelmed whenever I enter a new area. There's like 5 paths, 3 of them lead to the same area, but you're worried that like you take one path, you're missing out on something in the other path, and the other path, and the other path. It's terrible, man. It's not a good experience. But the game itself, the story itself, is really fucking good. So I just played this. Yeah, holy shit, I didn't touch... It's not that I probably didn't touch Midnight Fight Express, but I didn't get a trophy for a while. We were just playing Jedi Survivor for like a solid few days here. A solid fucking week. Played and just beat the story. Played it from the 4th to the 9th. Beat it in 5 days. Yeah, I grinded the game pretty well. I had a ton of fun with it. Do not regret my time with that game. I can't wait to go for the platinum as well, but right now we're not doing that. That's also crazy. Okay, that's crazy. Almost 70% with 96,000 owners. Fuck yeah. I love seeing people beat games, man. It's great. Midnight Fight Express, die 500 times. And then here was one of the roughest ones for me. Get an S rating on all levels. And I was playing on hard difficulty too. Because originally you have to beat the game on hard. So I was just like that. And then if you get S rating... Basically, like, get S rating on whatever levels you get while you're playing through the game, which is 40 levels, or 41. you can't go play on easy difficulty and then still have your S ratings that you got from hard. So for me, it was just like, okay, I'm just going to play through hard difficulty and get the S ratings on what I can. Realistically, I probably should have just done it on the easiest difficulty and played the levels again that I didn't get S rating on. Probably would have been a really easy time, but I made it tough on myself for sure. I held this one for a while for some reason, Beat the Music. I was debating on making that my last trophy, but I felt like, I guess in that moment, that I just needed a trophy to pop. And then I completed all challenges. That was very difficult. Talk with all special characters. Just went through all the maps and did that. That was actually really easy. Kill 500 dummies in the playground. Just took like 5 minutes. Complete all levels on realistic difficulty. This is literally just hard difficulty, but you don't get like those prompts showing up of like press triangle to deflect this enemy's attack. That stuff doesn't pop up, but the game still slows down when someone's about to attack you. Like, it's so stupid. You have just as much health in hard difficulty. You do just as much damage. They take just as much damage. Realistic difficulty is an unnecessary trophy that just makes you play through the game again. It was really fucking dumb, but it was easy as fuck. And then that also ended up making me earn the platinum. So November 14th, halfway through the month, is when I earned my first platinum of the month. Yeah, it took a while for me to get my first platinum this month, but it kind of made me want to start earning some more, and that's what ended up happening. I didn't actually have a slow month for once, so you'll see that even though we're halfway through the month and it's been a slow month for platinums, it's been a lot of trophies. I ended up moving on to Far Cry 6. This was my next planned platinum. You'll see this does not end up being the case, but we played for a little bit on the 15th and 16th. Don't really get much done, but Divine Knockout comes up because I found out this game is getting delisted in February. It's getting delisted pretty soon, not too far off. So I looked at the trophy list and I looked at the platinum and I was like, oh my god. This game is so fucking easy to platinum. So I decided, why fucking not? Go for it. Just get the platinum. It was a really easy grind. This was a very, very easy game. You can face bots the entire time. You don't have to face real people. And it takes about 3 hours. 3-4 hours maybe. When it says like achieve double kill silver, when you go into the game, they have a tab in the game that tells you the double kills tier, and like this was probably like 20, maybe 15. I think the last one was 30 or 50. But it's so easy when you just you can make it so you 1v3 bots, and the bots are stupid, so it's really no problem. Especially Penta Ultimate, that's just get all of them with one ultimate. It's very fucking easy. Triple kills as well. You just play as Ymir. You do his ultimate, which becomes like a big snowball, and then you launch them off the map with yourself, and that's a triple kill. And that would give you your Penta Ultimate. So it's such an easy platinum. I thought, why not get it, because it's probably inevitably going to become rare, just because you won't be able to get it. But also, I enjoyed this game while I did play it during my time on like when I was playing on the PC a lot more, and it was a good bit of fun. So I thought, why not just go for the platinum, as long as it's like not 300 hours, and it wasn't. So here I played a bit more of Far Cry 6 at 6 a.m. I played at 6 a.m. Bro, what is wrong with me? 7 a.m. This has got to be off. Maybe the time zone on my account's wrong. That feels fucked up. There's just no way. No. If I was playing at 4 a.m., I was not playing at 6. Or 7. There's no way. I'd be blown the fuck away if I was doing this. Who knows, I guess. Just earning a bunch more trophies on Divine Knockout, a few more on Far Cry 6 because I was still playing it. And then I actually think Tunic is when I decided to move on from Far Cry 6 for a bit and put this more on the backlog. I don't really know why, because Tunic wasn't part of a subscription service. but I just decided to do it. I don't know why. Maybe it was because of Divine Knockout that I decided to, but Divine Knockout wasn't even done yet. I think I just wanted a more simple platinum, and this seemed really interesting. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what caused me to move on from Far Cry 6 to Tunic, because Tunic wasn't because of premium subscription. I didn't get it yet. Yeah, I'm really not sure. But I played through Tunic. I sped right through this shit. From 18th. I played it with a guide, I will not lie. I just wanted the platinum, but I also wanted to... I still wanted to have a good time. This game goes from like a like 10-hour platinum, maybe even less, to like probably a 50-hour platinum. This game does not hold your hand if you're not doing a guide, and I don't think my brain would have been able to get through this game. This game was fucking tough without a guide, and unforgiving as well, but I played it through a guide. I know I'm a bitch, I'm a pussy, whatever. I was just having my fun with it, and I will say I still had fun with it. It was still an amazing game to me. It was still beautiful. It was still a great story. It was a great game, and I love the way it was made. I would not want them to change how hard it would be without a guide. I don't want that to be changed. Let that be said. Still was playing Far Cry 6, so it was Tunic mainly, and then Far Cry 6 kind of put on the side, I guess. Not really sure why. And then Divine Knockout, I ended up getting its platinum on the 21st. It's, yeah, as you can see, like a 6% platinum. It's not super rare. And then we're still on the 21st, playing late into the night. I think I was just trying to beat the game before I went to bed. And I want to say I did. Yep, at 3:25 a.m. we ended up getting the platinum. It is a 28%, and that's because of the guide. It's such an easy platinum to get if you know what to do. And they have the accessibility options, which literally make it so you can't lose. So there's that too. That's a pretty big deal. And then after this, Tunic was actually the game where, right after this point, I decided to get my premium subscription. So at this point, we had 3 platinums on the month, which was probably a fucking new record for me. I don't know if I've earned more than 3 or even 3 in 1 month. Usually I'm just playing big fucking games, or I'm just beating games, not really platinuming them. But I got the premium subscription, and now for like the next few months here, I'm going to be really focusing on platinums. And the first game I ended up playing was The Darkness 2. This game was a lot more of a grind than I thought it would be. It's not a very long platinum, but it's just grindy. Some of these things were a little stressful, but they really weren't bad. A lot of it was just playing through the game, some miscellaneous trophies. Then once you got towards the end of it, this was actually a little tough. Kill 25 enemies while being dragged from the restaurant without dying or restarting checkpoint. This was pretty fucking tough. Because it's right at the start of the game. And basically, if you knew, or if you died or you failed to get those 25 enemies, you would have to restart on the main menu screen, and that fucking sucked. Having to go through that all over again, watch the intro every time I failed. It was terrible. I finished the game though on the 23rd when I started it on the 22nd, so the game was a fucking breeze to play through. It's not a long game, the game itself. I probably played 5 hours to beat the game, if I had to guess. But the platinum was a lot longer than that. Well, it was like double. It was like double that time. But right after that, I wasn't even done the platinum of this yet, but I have a PlayStation Portal, and I decided, well, I have cloud streaming, so let's do like 1 platinum on the PS5 and 1 platinum on the Portal. TMNT Shredder's Revenge is the game I decided to do on the Portal. I will fucking tell you, man, this game is so much harder than I thought it would be. The platinum, at least. The game itself is fine. It's not hard. But the platinum is brutal. It is. Holy shit. When I get to the trophy, man, I think the platinum for this is actually kind of common. Like, Divine Knockout is rarer than this platinum, which is fucking insane for 1 trophy in here. I don't know if there's a way around it or something, but I did a legitimate, and it was terrible. But we started playing it on the 23rd. Basically the night after The Darkness 2. I played through it, did a ton of this stuff, played a bit of multiplayer as well, and ended up getting pretty much, I want to say all the multiplayer trophies, or pretty much all of them. And then after a bit of grinding on this, going to the 24th, I ended up getting back on the Darkness 2 again and grinding it. Finished all chapters on New Game Plus. Again, that is another thing where it's like, dude, come the fuck on. I get your game short, but you're having me play through it again, and that's the only way you can really get half these trophies as well. Like, kill 100 enemies with gun channeling. You could probably get that in your first playthrough. But getting, like, all three of them, especially Black Hole. Black Hole you cannot get in your first playthrough. The game is too short. Going into the 25th of November, though, we are just fully grinding this game at this point to get to the Platinum. Finished the game on the Dawn difficulty. Dawn difficulty was no problem. It was not hard at all. There's a reason why it's 20%. 83,000 owners. Holy shit. Then we just had to do the Vendetta stuff. That's like the side content. Pretty fucking bland and simple. There was like a weird situation where they had like a multiplayer mission you had to do. You had to complete 6 hit list exclusive missions, and the problem about this is that I don't think you can do 6 without doing 1 multiplayer only, which luckily I own the game physically on PS3, and I was playing it through my PS5, so I hooked up my PS3, put it in, did the 1 mission, and then I did 5 solo missions, and I was good. Really, really fucking stupid. And then I did the Real Guys Know How to Dance, and that is what earned me the Platinum on the 25th of November. So by the 25th, we had 4 Platinums. Again, a pretty common one, 17.89%. But yeah, it was a good time, and The Darkness 2 is a game I actually played years ago at this point, on PC at some point. I had a good time with it. It was a good game. I've never played the original. Funny enough, I've never played the first one. I've only played the second one, and I've beaten it like 3 or 4 times at this point. But it was a good game. It's okay. The gameplay's fun. Like, I never really was having like an actual bad time with the game. It was a good time. Moving on from this, though, we moved on to a pretty grindy game for my PS5 Platinum, and I've actually decided to not move on from it, but put it on the side, and that's Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town. It's a 100-hour Platinum. At the end of the day, I just don't think this is something I can really focus on. It's something I'm going to have on the sidelines, but I'm not going to commit to fully. I tried doing that for a few days, and it's just it's kind of stressful, honestly, because you got to worry about doing things at certain times all the time. You got to make sure you're increasing your relationship with everyone. You got to be doing your chores every day. You got to be having things planned in advance for things that are coming up, like the certain seasons. You gotta. I fucking missed a exploit that you could do to make it so you'd have a shit ton of money. So I'm kind of broke going into summer when I should be like a millionaire by that point. So, and because of that, I have to wait till like autumn. So this shit is gonna be put on the back end, and I'm gonna be doing games that don't take as long, and this game will just be played on the side. But we're back with Shredder's Revenge, playing a bit more of this. Deflecting projectiles, like just a bunch of easy ones. Just some miscellaneous and beating the story. Found all cameos. I mean, that was easy enough. The collectibles were really, really easy in this game. And then I completed the story mode on the 27th. Played as Casey Jones after that. Performed a 250 hit string. This shit was not easy. This took me a minute. As you can see, from 348 to 422, I was basically just trying to do this. It took me 40 minutes for this trophy. And you basically have to put someone in a corner and time the hits correctly to be able to hit them off the like border of the wall and make it so you can just hit them 250 times. And I was the actual fucking worst at this. This shit was so goddamn annoying for me. It was terrible. But then we completed the arcade mode after finally getting this on the hardest difficulty. I basically just joined a lobby that was pretty much at the end. That again took about an hour. It was tough. We got to I got to the end in one lobby. I got to the very end and we fucking failed. But then I ended up in another lobby that's pretty much towards the end too, and we got it done. And then after that, I had to complete the arcade mode multiplayer. Yeah, I did that. And then I went back to this and just chilled out. Oh no, I went to bed, yeah, because it was 5 fucking a.m. So I went to bed. Played Story of Seasons, just got a simple trophy because I want to get another trophy on it. Trophies in this game are very few and far between, so I was just in the mood to get the easiest one in the game and get that over with. Then I went back on Shredder's Revenge, completed the arcade mode without using a credit, so basically you don't do a continue. It was a little tough, but when you play on the easiest difficulty, it's usually fine. The toughest part is playing the game for like 2 hours in a row. That's the toughest part. Then I had to find, this was actually a little difficult. Trying to find a Raphael was a bit of a pain in the ass. Nobody plays as Raphael in this game, let alone there being lobbies. There's already a lack of lobbies, but somebody playing as Raphael doesn't really happen. So I just boosted this with my girlfriend. She just grabbed a controller. Could have done this with it just by myself, but she's like, hey, let me help you. And then she hopped on as Raphael, and then we did it real quick. And then here is the absolute brutal, terrible trophy that apparently almost fucking 4,900 people have gotten out of the 40K, which is a surprising amount, bro. This trophy is so fucking brutal. So brutal. I was quite literally, I'm not even fucking around, attempting this trophy from this point to this point. From the 27th of November to the 29th of November, I was solely focused on defeating Super Shredder without getting hit. This took 7 hours of gameplay. 7 hours of non-stop attempts against Super Shredder to defeat him without being hit. I was making the dumbest mistakes. Don't even fucking, oh my god. You have to no-hit the stupid boss before him too. It's 2 bosses in 1 level, and that boss is really easy. But to no-hit that boss is actually kind of surprisingly difficult because that boss is so inconsistent. And it has this laser eye move as well that is just the worst. You have no time to react to it, but man, Shredder was brutal, man. He was hard. There'd be a lot of like mistakes where I ended up sliding instead of jumping because I'm using the analog stick to make it so I can move better, but it would fuck me over. There'd be moments where he does the like flame aura move that kind of like goes across the entire map, and while you're jumping over it, he teleports to you in the middle of it and he fucking hits you. It was terrible. It was terrible, but I'm so glad I was able to do it. It was tough though. It was tough. And then I ended up starting Cult of the Lamb today, actually, the day of recording, November 30th. I started playing Cult of the Lamb with my wife, and found out on co-op mode you actually end up getting trophies together, which is fucking sick. All games should fucking do this for local co-op. Every game should. It's so stupid that there are games out there with local co-op where you can literally sign into your account, and it'll only give trophies to player 1. That is so stupid. Thank fucking God they do this, because this is actually so sick. So I ended up getting a good chunk of trophies. Didn't think I got this many from playing Cult of the Lamb today, but we got a good amount. Played it for a solid 2 hours as well, so yeah, got a good amount of trophies out of that. And then I started up Siren. Thank you for letting me know that the time is fucked up. Right now, in my local time, it is not even 1:49 a.m. So this is a solid few hours ahead. Good to know. I'll have to fix that. Okay. But I started Siren tonight, and that was basically my next game because I platinumed. Oh no. So Shredder's Revenge was supposed to be my next platinum, and right now I'm down to just 1 trophy. Actually 2 trophies, but they kind of go hand in hand with each other, and it's to get all endings and then also max out all characters, not including DLC characters, just the base characters in the game. You have to max them out, and it's just a fucking grind, and it's just like, at this point, I'm going on and maxing out one character a day and getting 1 ending a day. That's pretty much just how I'm doing it now. So I thought I might as well just start my next game right now and do that. And Siren is my next game, and I'm pretty fucking excited to play this. I've never played it, but it seems like a pretty interesting game. It's a survival horror on the PS2, and I fucking love survival horrors, so, you know, I'll eat that shit up. Throughout just like an hour and a half of playing, though, I only got 1 trophy, so these trophies seem like they're pretty few and far between. There's only like 21 trophies in the game or something like that, so I'm not expecting to really get a ton of trophies very quickly, but only 879 achievers, only 1,500 owners. That is a shockingly low amount. But I will have fun with this game. It seems pretty damn fun so far. It's a little janky, but, you know, it's a PS2 survival horror. It's going to be a little jank. But yeah, guys, that is all the trophies and platinums I earned this month. I earned 4 platinums and a lot of trophies. Probably over 200. We were at 3207 by the end of the month. We were under 3,000, so I earned over 200 trophies this month. That's fucking crazy. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for the video. Hopefully, I will see you around next month as long as I'm keeping this together. December is a pretty busy month for me. I'm going to be gone for about half of it. So, you might not see a video next month. Probably not. You'll probably see one for January, and maybe I'll mesh them both together. We'll see what happens. But yeah, guys, hit thumbs up button if you did enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.